my name is Julie Webster, and I have a website called julie-webster.com where I give you a lot of information on health, nutrition, and fitness tips and education for you. Today I want to give you a brief segment on using a foam roller. These things are wonderful to have. If you don't have one, I think you can go right online and just type in foam roller and see where you can get them. But they're a great thing for really helping to relax muscles, to get blood flow to muscles, and so forth. I want to show you this in particular for one thing today, and that's really to stretch the outside of the quadricep area. We have a band of fascia called the iliotibial tract, or ITT. It comes off the top of the ilium, and it comes down, attaches on the lateral quadricep, which is called the vastus lateralis. Comes all the way down and attaches below the knee. It does a lot with stabilizing of the knee. It keeps that knee in supported position. One of the things about the quadriceps, however, is that we often tend to use the lateral quadricep, or the vastus lateralis, much more than we do the more internal quadricep, which is called vastus medialis. When those two are in equal strength to each other, they have a small band of fascia that comes in and attaches to the quadriceps tendon. That tendon runs across the knee and attaches to the tibia. Encased in that tendon is the patellar tendon, the patella. So what happens is we tend to get this outside quad much stronger than the inside quad. And what happens then is that piece of attachment that goes into the tendon starts to pull the patella laterally, or to the outside. And normally there's a groove that the patella runs through. If it starts getting pulled laterally, then it starts to really put wear and tear on that groove and starts to cause a lot of knee issues. So one of the best ways to really work this, and if you've done a lot of physical activities or you really notice your knees are getting cranky, one of the best things I think to do is use a foam roller. And the way we use it in this situation is I'm going to lay it on the floor, or drop it as it were. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and get on this foam roller on the side of my leg. And I want to stay off of my bone, so I'm really staying off of the greater trochanter and staying more down on the leg. I'm going to use my back leg here to stabilize myself and keep a little bit less pressure on there. And then what I'm going to do is just come down and start to roll across this whole area. Now I have to tell you, this is not going to feel great. In fact, if you've got some issues with this, it's going to be painful. So take it slow. You really want to think about working that whole outside of the leg. So you're going to come pretty close to the knee. You can even come down more if that works for you. And really start to work that. Kind of rotate your leg through and try to get that to relax and loosen up. As I said, it's going to be really painful, and if you have an affected side, I would start with that leg first. When any place you find any knots or painful areas, kind of roll back and forth over those, hang out for a little bit as best as you can tolerate it. At some point you might need to stop. I usually like to do this bilaterally, even if there's only one leg involved. So then what I would do is go and repeat that same thing. And you can put that leg behind. I did this mostly for demonstration. Oftentimes I'll put the leg that's up actually in front. And go ahead and roll through that unaffected leg. Again, just giving yourself some symmetry. And work that some. And then after you feel like you've worked that and given the leg that's affected some rest, then I would go back and do it a second time. And often you'll find by doing that the second time, it won't be quite as painful as it was the first time around. But I don't often like to say no pain, no gain, but in this situation I think it's really important. So if you have knee issues, if you're pretty active, I would suggest you get online and find yourself one of these foam rollers. They cost about $20–25 and start rolling on it on a regular basis. I hope you found this helpful. You can go to my website at julie-webster.com for more information. Thanks.